In today's video, I will go over two commonly used MySql statements for row locking: select for share and select for update. These give user better control over rows when working with concurrent transactions. We will go through some practical example, and by the end of this video, you will have a better understanding of when and how to use them. Let's start with a quick overview. Select for share uses a shared lock, which I will call slog for short, and select for update uses exclusive log. I will call xlog for short. Here is the difference. A shared log enables the transaction to read a row. It allows other concurrent transactions to read the same row but not update or delete it. An exclusive log enables the transaction to update or delete a row. No other concurrent transaction can read, update, or delete that row until the exclusive log is released. Now let's jump into a practical example to understand better. First, make sure auto commit is set to manual. This way, the transaction is considered ongoing until you explicitly commit or roll it back. It gives me more control over the transactions. Here's the table set up. I will use a balance table with ID as the primary key and user ID as a secondary index. Here's what table looks like. Case 1. If T1 holds an slog on a row, and another transaction T2 wants to have the slog and read the same row, the slog will be granted immediately. In other words, multiple transactions can hold a shared log on the same row, so they can all read them at the same time without any issues. Case 2. If T1 holds an slog on a row, and T2 wants to update or delete the row, T2 requests an xlog. However, this xlog cannot be granted immediately because the row is already logged with an slog. T2 has to wait until T1 releases the slog, and only then can T2 obtain the xlog. If T1 holds an xlog on a row, and T2 require either an S or X log on the same row, neither can be granted immediately. As you might have already seen, when we use a specific value in the while clause, the InnoDB engine sets a record log for that particular row. For range queries, InnoDB uses a next key log, which combines a record log and a gap log. It logs all rows in the range, preventing concurrent transactions from reading or writing in that range. In this video, I used the index user ID column. However, for non-index columns, InnoDB logs all rows. I will cover more about other logs in the next video. In a real-world application, use select for share slog when you want to prevent other concurrent transaction from modifying data while the current transaction is reading rows. Use select for update xlog when you want to ensure no other concurrent transaction can read or update the rows while the current transaction is working on them. Use row-level logging appropriately, as incorrect usage can impact performance of your application. I hope this video helped you understand Select for share and Select for updates. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments below. Thanks for watching.